Hi, welcome to Similar But Different, the podcast. Let's do that again. Okay. But I'm getting all the benefits.
Without having to pay.
Right.
Yeah, they screwed me. And then I found a bunch of friends that I was different from. I think I'd like the gram more if I got hit up in my DMs.
Okay, this should probably end. Hi, welcome to Similar But Different. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Jen.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, Rach.
How's it going?
It's great.
Yeah.
Do I have a glow?
Are you tan?
This is as tan as I get.
That was really insulting.
Wait, are you supposed to be?
Are you tan?
Yes. This is my Irish tan.
I feel like maybe you're a little darker.
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
Not much. Although for some, maybe I'll get into that. But I got went on my family vacation,
Yes,
Dominican Republic,
Oh, I thought we were...
Punta Cana,
Oh, okay.
in the Dominican Republic.
Okay, sorry. I thought you were in
Caribbean.
Mexico.
Oh yeah, no, that was last year. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
It was the perfect amount of time.
Nice.
We played golf,
Okay.
and then I actually went to the beach. Didn't hate the sand.
Look at you.
I didn't love
Growth.
the sand. Let's be honest. Didn't love it.
Loves the sand.
My brother,
That's dumb.
yeah. Well, he's special. It was great. It was a great time.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why, because I put sunscreen everywhere, because I think the one way to ruin a beach vacation trip is to get sunburnt.
Sure.
And when I was like 11, I went to Myrtle Beach with a friend and her family, and we put sunscreen on that morning, but then laid out all day on the beach.
Yeah.
And right on my chest, I got 3rd-degree burns. Like literally.
I've done that too. In the exact same spot. It blistered.
Yeah, blistered my whole chest. And
Yeah,
now
and it like pussed
the
out.
pigment in my skin doesn't exist anymore. Like that doesn't even tan
Oh.
for me. It's like I burned the pigment out of my skin.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah.
So I knew that doesn't tan, but for some reason my stomach does not tan well.
My legs don't tan.
What is it about low? I feel like my lower legs.
Knee and down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the knees will get extra dark.
Yeah.
And then like
I've burnt the shit out of my thighs.
yes.
And then I have to actually really burn for it to turn into tan. So I tend to
Oh.
just be like, accept
You accept the
paleness.
burn. Oh no, you
no.
Good. That's what that's why I am too.
Immensely painful.
Yeah.
Like the last time I got an awful bad burn on my thighs.
Was your ranch trip?
Yes. It was from riding an ATV, and literally we had to go and get aloe, and as soon as I put it on, it just immediately absorbed. It was like I did nothing.
It needed. We are dead.
Yeah,
Yes,
you were
the
like,
aloe.
this part of your skin is dead.
Sucked it right up.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you on that though. Like if I burned, then I looked more tan. Like 2 days later, and then it's gone the next 2 days after that.
Yeah, it just peels away.
Yeah. Well, I'd rather just be like pale.
Yeah, and also, less risk of skin cancer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when I got that spray tan though, and I was looking at myself in the mirror, I was like, damn.
Oh, did you do that for your trip?
I did.
Nice.
I always, because I'm like, I don't want to go and like the first day be like just setting myself up for failure and looking pale as hell. Everyone that's been there looks like they've been there. And then
Do you get in the water?
I did get in the ocean this time. It was actually a really nice beach.
Yeah.
Compared to the last time, really wasn't much beach at all. But I did get in the water at the beach. But I got in the pool.
A lot. Didn't your
as
spray
frequently.
tan like immediately go away? Or
Pretty
I feel like
much.
it very quickly fades in chlorine.
Yeah, pretty much after the second day, there's no spray tan on me anymore.
Yeah.
I noticed it come off a lot after my first shower, like while there, when I showered that evening.
Yeah.
Was that Monday night? Wow. And I got it on Saturday. It lasted long enough.
Yeah, for your liking.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. As long as I just,
What
I feel like people look more attractive when they're tan.
The handful of times I've gotten a spray tan, I'm like, I am a goddess.
Yes. I also feel like that's probably just like what I find attractive, and I'm projecting that. But yeah, for some reason I'm just like, fuck, I'm hot as hell when I'm tan. And the spray tan, obviously, you're naked
Mm-hmm.
and everything's tan, and then you're like, shit,
Yeah, look at me.
look at that.
Once I got a spray tan and I was wearing a like lacy thong because I was gonna spray tan,
But did it give you the pattern of the
Well, I didn't. It had like, I guess, a thicker band on the side, and I forgot to like scrunch it up,
Oh.
and because it was just like a shitty old pair of underwear,
Yeah.
and so I didn't care that it was going to get spray tanned, but then I just had this like thick lace band around my waist.
And your bathing suit probably doesn't cover that part up, so
Yeah.
it's like, yeah. I'm always
Granted, I
just
think
like,
I got
sorry.
that for a wedding, so it wasn't a bathing suit spray tan, so it was
Oh,
fine.
good. Okay,
And everyone
nice.
asked me if I had just gotten back from vacation.
And you said yes.
No, I'm not a liar.
Oh.
I said, nope, it's fake. And I was very insecure because it was my first one I'd ever gotten. And I thought I looked very orange. And everyone was like, no, you're looking fine.
See, I feel like I can tell when I'm orange, and I hate those spray tans, but I do nude FX now, and I like those.
That sounds like a porn TV
Yeah,
channel.
nude FX.
Yeah, just
It's
because
like
FX.
Fox.
Yeah. Fox, but naked.
Nude. A really good point. But I feel like they do a really good job. Except no matter where you get or no matter where you get your spray tan done, I feel like the hands and the toes always look orange,
Yeah,
no matter what you
those
do.
are hard.
But yeah, no, it was great.
You said earlier that you had a pro tip that you were going to share with me on the pod.
Oh
You brought it up
shit.
on Polo.
What was the pro? And I meant to write it down too because we talked about it. I don't know. I can't remember now. I have bad brain today, so it's just we're bypassing that.
I hear a penny dog.
Oh, hello. Welcome.
Do you want to come
Everyone's
up?
been asking about you. Yep,
Come on
come
up.
on. The one thing to call out is that this episode will release during my favorite holiday. So we were on vacation during Valentine's Day, and the best thing about Valentine's Day is that it's the holiday before my most exciting holiday, which is March Madness.
Oh,
So
yes. See our
March
new decor.
is the best holiday. It beats Christmas. I don't know why you would think it wouldn't.
I definitely
It does.
know that it does not.
I'm very confident
I would
it beats
actually put.
Christmas.
I am not very pro America right now, but I love 4th of July just because I love cookouts in summertime. Um, but so I'm going to put 4th of July, Thanksgiving,
I'm
Christmas.
over here getting all choked up because you're crazy. This is crazy talk.
I mean, I'm not
Crazy
anti
talk.
basketball. That's like saying Super Bowl Sunday is the best holiday.
For some people, it might be. They're crazy too, though, because it's March Madness. It is the best holiday of the year. I take off work
I know you
every
do.
year for it. We're going to do a whole episode on it, so I don't want to get too far into it. But happy holidays, everyone.
Happy March Madness to all who celebrate.
Yes. Oh, God, it's the best.
Well, before we go away from your trip, give me the best, worst, and weirdest.
Oh, yeah. Best, worst, and weirdest. Okay. Um, worst is going to be hard to think of. Best, honestly, was when I don't want this to sound like I didn't enjoy time with my parents because there's probably two bests I could say. One best was that we got my dad an electric wheelchair.
Oh, nice. That could go
And
on the beach and stuff.
it couldn't go on the
Okay.
beach, but like he could get around wherever he wanted, and then he just
Nice.
kind of would come up to the sand, and then he'd be able to kind of walk to a
Oh, right.
cabana.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, but the independence that he had, and he didn't have to rely on us, and he was able to kind of get around and do what he wanted. It was just like it made the whole trip 10 times better. Like for him, I think he was able to have a much better time.
Yeah, 100%.
So that was great.
Yay.
And then I'm someone who doesn't love the beach. But this beach was great. But because I don't love that and I like to do things on vacation, Nathan and I went and played golf one day, and the course was beautiful. The weather was beautiful.
Yeah.
I didn't play terrible. I didn't play great, but I didn't play terrible. So it was like it was the best.
Perfection.
So that was I would say my best would be like getting to get out there and play golf. Also, like I haven't been able to play golf since last year, so it's like
Oh,
starting
yeah.
early.
Nice.
So yeah, golf would be the best for me. There's a lot of best things. Worst, weirdest. Worst, weirdest. This is hard.
Worst was probably not getting to see me during the week. I
that is rough. I
Yeah.
was gonna say worst was probably we were delayed in Punta Cana coming back, and we only had a 1 hour layover for our next flight to Baltimore, and we had 30 minutes to get through customs, get our luggage, and get to the
Yeah,
before the
that's
flight
a
leaves.
quick turnaround.
And so worst was running through the airport with my dad zooming 5 miles an hour as best as he could, but we're still like
Yeah.
pushing him. And yeah, that was the worst, is running through an airport just for them to, once you get there, say, you have plenty of time. We're going to wait on another flight that's just landing.
Wow.
It's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the worst travel, I guess, in general. Weirdest would have to be, here's weird. Okay. I feel like you know me.
I
I'm
do.
not
I'm familiar.
not like super outgoing.
Okay.
I'm not just gonna go up and make friends with people. The weirdest thing is that I made friends with a group of old people. And I say old
Okay.
people, I mean they were celebrating like 60th birthdays.
Okay, yeah.
It's not like they're that old, older people.
Sure.
Um and they were great.
Yeah.
They were
How did you befriend them?
well, so it wasn't me. It was not me that started the chat. Um, one of the gentlemen in this group, I was like looking at the list and he saw me looking. He was just like, "Oh, you should get this. It's really good."
The list
Of drinks,
Oh,
of
okay.
mixed
Okay.
cocktails that they were making. Like there was a specialty list. He's like, "You should get this. It's really good." I was like, "Oh, okay." I was actually gonna get the other thing. Um, and then my mom's not sure what she was gonna get, and the guy was like, "Oh, that's what I got." So he gets his drink fresh. We watch him grab it from the bartender, and he says, "Before I try it, would you like to try it?" To my mom, which I thought that was just the nicest
Yeah.
thing. She had no idea, so she did. She did
Wow.
try this
I probably
man's.
would have said no,
I
but
would have said no. Bonnie
good
was
for
like
you, Bon.
doing it, which is good that she tried it because she didn't like it and
Yeah.
got her other drink.
Was this
Um,
an all-inclusive place?
yeah,
Okay, nice.
yeah. So yeah, it was. He was really nice. So I like kind of just walked over and said thanks for the tip. Got this. It's delicious. I like it a lot. And then just sparked up a conversation. It was a group of friends, all like coupled up, but they were celebrating two different
Yeah.
birthdays, retirement, and they just decided to do this. And I was like, I want to be like that. When I
Yeah.
get older, I say older, I don't know, 60s sounds crazy to still be living it up. They were living it up.
It's not that old.
No, I mean, my parents are still living it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
And aren't
true.
your parents
Older
yeah, they're in
than
their
that.
70s, right? Yeah.
70, period. I tried to
Sorry.
jokingly say to my mom, "You're like 75." And she's just like, no. Nope. Don't do that.
I said to Skylar the other day, I was like, "Wow, I'm basically 40. Like, I'm 40." And he's like, "But you're
But you're
not
not.
40."
You're
And I was like,
not.
"No, I am. I'm 40." And then he goes, "Rachel, that's like saying I'm 70. I'm a 70-year-old man." And I'm like, "It's not. Like, I get what you're
It's not.
saying."
It's not like saying that.
But
I was telling Nathan you're 40 when he was 37.
yeah. No,
That's it.
that means you're 40.
It's you're 40. It's yeah, it's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not
And
40
for
yet.
some reason, being 40 seems like a
Crazy.
number that is impossible to be.
Yes. Yes. It's funny you
Like
say that.
entering my 30s, I was like, yeah, I can enter this decade, but entering my 40s,
No, it's
like
impossible.
AARP is coming for me.
Seriously though. Don't say that. That's scary. I think about my brother who's a 40-year-old man and I'm like, he's not.
Yeah.
He's a 12-year-old child in a 40-year-old man's body. He just
Huh.
doesn't make sense
So
to
he's
me.
like big.
Yes. Well, he's such a child. Like he during the trip, the vacation, he's like, "Oh yeah, you gotta come get in the water and play with me." And he's like swimming like a child, all underneath, like going crazy, exploring, grabbing
Brings
things.
dive sticks and
Yeah, we called him the grab man because he would go down and get. Well, he actually was a bad grab man to begin with. He wouldn't grab the stuff out of the sand. He's afraid to touch it. But
Oh, but I thought he loved the sand.
yeah, I mean he gets in it, but in the ocean, the sand, the stuff that was underwater.
Oh, I will dig my hand in the wet sand in the ocean. I will avoid at all costs touching the land sand
Land sand, yeah.
because that's when it gets all
That's
stuck
the
to you.
weirdest thing. People, and these were adults, that dug a chair in the sand.
Okay,
So with
that's
their
dope.
hands, they're like digging a hole and then like they slayed in it. The
Oh,
sand. I mean, they're in their 20s, I'm guessing.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Mid to late 20s.
That tracks.
Maybe early.
I would do that in my 20s.
What?
Yeah.
No, see, even in my 20s, I was smart enough to know that sand is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, well, you get bored.
Fucking disgusting. It's gross.
I
No,
wouldn't say it's gross.
it's gross.
It's
Get a
just
soccer ball,
annoying.
kick it around. That's
But then you also get it on you.
on your feet. Not
Yeah,
all up in your
or
hoochie
your
coochie.
thighs.
Nar.
How
Don't
are
do
you
it.
stopping the ball?
Feet. If
You're
it
just
comes up
really
any
like-
higher than my knees,
It's going.
it's
back to
gone.
me.
It's gone. I'm not saving it. Yeah, no, I don't.
Okay.
No.
So the weirdest was that you made friends.
Yeah, I made friends. Who knew that I would do that? Yeah, I felt
proud of you.
very out of my element. It was so crazy that my mom was just like, "Oh, you're drunk," and I was like, "No, I'm not drunk. I'm
You're
just
like, this is just Dominican Jen.
apparently I'm just super outgoing when
Yeah.
I'm." Yeah, Dominican Jen's
In the
fun.
sun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to meet her.
I'm fun.
Yeah.
I am probably more fun on vacay though.
On an island.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is nice.
Well, you missed a ice storm that took out power for a significant chunk of the city.
Really?
Yeah, we lost power the day that we lost it. We lost it around like 8:45 in the morning, and I looked out on the power lines. It was
Tuesday?
like a thick like layer of ice on the power lines. And then it still hadn't come back on after a few hours. So Skylar and I went to the library to work
Smart.
/ like be warm.
Yeah.
And it was kind of nice like working somewhere else for
Mhm.
the day. And I was just like, well, I can't run or be on these meetings because I'm at the library. And they didn't have like private working spaces.
Yep.
So I wasn't gonna take my call in the private library.
Yeah, you can't do that.
But then it came back that afternoon.
Damn. So I got a notification that the power was out on my I think it was Tuesday morning.
Maybe, yeah.
But then it came back on like 4 hours later, right?
Oh wait, no. I think it was Wednesday
It was
for
Wednesday
me.
morning?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's ours went out for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
Um,
I told Skylar, I was like, I think I have a key to Jen's house. And if it doesn't come back on, we will go live there.
yeah.
They are
You
not
just message me
Yeah,
so I can make sure the alarm's off.
sure. I would have.
Yeah.
I
Don't want
wouldn't have
that to
just
happen.
intruded.
I mean, you are welcome to anytime, but I would just worry about
The alarm.
that mess with the police.
Yeah. That whole thing.
Yeah. What
This
a good time.
past weekend, I went to DC to visit Citizen Taylor. Actually, she doesn't listen. She's not a citizen.
Rude.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun. We went to what we refer to as a cute dinner, where we picked a nice restaurant to go to and looked nice for the nice restaurant.
A cute
So
dinner.
we're like, we're not gonna wear jeans.
That's a cute dinner. I
Yeah.
like that.
And we got oysters, which I liked for the first time in my life.
Raw
They
or
were on-
roasted?
I guess raw.
On a bed of ice then.
Yes.
Delicious. They have like a vinaigrette or something to pour.
Yeah, and a cocktail sauce, which I normally don't love a cocktail sauce,
What?
even with like shrimp or anything, but I really liked them. And I also had tried oysters with her when we were in Spain. I didn't like them. I've never liked them
Oh.
except for this time. And then we
Hmm.
split a steak sandwich, and it was the best. I'm gonna put it in like my top 3 sandwiches I've ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so good.
Where was this? In DC.
Some
you
French
say?
place in DC.
French.
I don't remember the name.
The French have the best food.
But speaking of oysters, Skylar did send me something today that I thought was quite humorous, which I will share with the citizens. Oysters are such bullshit. You want me to eat this rock? No. See, it's got a horrible slug inside. Fuck off. I get that.
It's a rock with a slug inside. Dang.
It's not a rock. There's a horrible slug inside.
Yeah, I'll eat that.
Ew.
Oh, that's gross. Yeah, I mean, oysters, if you think about it, are pretty nasty. I'm never surprised when people are like, I don't like oysters. Like, I'm not like, huh, what do you mean? What?
I'll still say I'm not gonna like cream my jeans over them. Like if someone wants to get them, I'm like, sure, I'll
Yeah.
split these with you, but I don't care about them. I just don't feel like there's enough flavor. Like the most flavor I feel like was the cocktail sauce, which I
Yeah.
enjoyed. But like for other friends from the sea,
Yeah.
like I love shrimp.
Love it. Yeah. Yeah, like if you were to tell me that french fries are disgusting, you're a psychopath. But like if you're like oysters are disgusting, I'm like, "Yep, I get that." I mean, I enjoy them, but I get
Yeah.
why you think they're
Sure.
disgusting.
Yeah.
So yeah, cream my jeans.
Yeah. But it was a nice weekend, and we did not lose power, and others did with the windstorm. That was insane.
Oh, yeah.
And tomorrow we're supposed to get 2 to 12 inches. Who knows?
2 to yeah, seriously, it started at didn't it start like 9 to 12 and then it went down to 3 to 6 and now it's down to 2 to 3 or 1 to 3?
Is it? I don't know.
It's gone down. I heard a fascinating tip from a man at physical therapy this morning. He said because of where we're located in Richmond, and maybe this also is the case for other areas within Virginia on this side of the Shenandoah Valley, uh, or the mountains. Basically, if it comes from like the northwest, if the storm comes from the northwest, then you can pretty much guarantee you're not going to get any snow because it's going to like go over the mountains and it's not going to come down fast enough. It'll come down like more of like Williamsburg will get it, but like we won't get a ton of it. But if it comes up from the south, expect a massive amount of snow.
And where is ours coming?
Right now, this one's coming from the northwest.
Okay.
That's why he says it's like going to be heavier. Well, this could be a bunch of BS. But,
Yeah.
whenever an older man says something or an older woman, it has to do with age. When older people speak, I'm like, yep, that's real.
Okay. Interesting.
I don't know why. I just,
But then does that fall off a cliff once they get too old?
yeah. Like
So there's a
senile
sweet
old.
spot.
There's just, yeah, there's that like middle ground.
Yeah.
Of-
Especially if I feel like if it comes to weather or something,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Or
grandpa.
like home maintenance.
Yeah.
But if it comes to like using the internet, not so much.
Yeah, no, it also, it depends on the topic.
Yeah.
But, sweet old man telling me that like the snow and
Yeah.
how the weather works.
I realized because this episode is going to come out in March, it's going to be quite delayed from what we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because Rachel's going on a trip.
Well, for work.
Yeah, but it's fun. Right? Well, no, we've talked about work travel.
Yeah. All right. Well, do we want to pull from the jar?
We can.
Oh.
I will say I've pulled from the jar the last few times, so I feel like it's your turn to jar pull. Because also I get a little stingy with the jar pull and start to say, nope, not this one. Let's
What
pick
does
another.
that mean? Oh, I mean,
Remember last time? I feel like I picked 3 things out of the jar.
what if I pull out March Madness?
See, I'm gonna have to give that the boot. Call a redraw.
Okay. We've got wow. Taylor Swift is the topic. Just in general, Taylor Swift.
And you're
And wearing a Taylor Swift Eras Tour sweatshirt.
And I love that sweatshirt. That's like the long sleeve t-shirt I have.
Yeah.
Huge fan of that. Taylor Swift, man.
Okay, I'm just gonna say I love her. End of podcast.
I love her. And I understand why people don't like her music. I get it. Like, great. I don't understand why people don't like her.
I think people like to hate.
But that's awful.
Yeah, like
Why? Why do we want to hate someone who's literally does nothing? People are like, "Oh, she's so annoying." You mean the NFL's annoying for constantly showing her during an NFL
which
game
they
because they're trying to make
don't
money off
even
of her?
constantly show her.
But that's in people's
Like
minds.
I watched.
She's not
the Super
asking for
Bowl,
that.
and I was annoyed at how little
Of course.
I saw her. But she got booed the
Which,
first time they panned
again,
to her.
doesn't make sense.
Right.
She's a fan watching a game.
And I just want to really say that speaks to the different audiences because when Travis Kelce was on stage for Taylor's, some of her performances, everyone was like, yeah, like so supportive.
Yeah. Well, there's people who are haters. I just don't understand how you hate someone. Like, she's done nothing.
Yeah. She's just put out music and it's successful, and then people get mad because they don't think she should be that successful.
I don't get it.
But again, I think people just like to hate.
Yeah, I hate that.
And someone said to me over the weekend, oh, also over the weekend, I completed my Q1 friendship goal, and we had some of our college friends over for a game night. It was so much fun, but one of them, like, they were like, "Oh yeah, my brother has," no, it was another friend of ours said, um it's more fun to like something than
To
to
hate
hate
it.
it.
Yes, fact. I don't have room to hate anything.
Yeah.
I just don't. I just don't want to. I will be completely indifferent. I'm not going to waste any of my energy or emotion on hating something or
Yeah.
someone, especially someone I don't know. That's what
Yeah.
pisses me off. You don't even fucking know this person. You know what the media chooses to show you and tell you.
Exactly.
You don't know fucking shit.
And I think it's so sad that, like, when all that Kim and Kanye stuff went down
Oh shit.
and everyone was like, "Oh, she's a snake," and all this kind of stuff. And then several years later, it came out that, yeah,
They
Taylor
lied.
wasn't lying. They were. And she was just like, didn't even make it a thing. She was like, yeah, I know. And also, Kanye is a Nazi. So, and like,
That guy has he
like,
has
it
mental
sounds like
issues.
I am just being, yeah, he does.
Yeah, I
But
think he might be.
also, like, well, but he claims to be a Nazi.
No,
So,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he's
yes,
clearly
he
got
definitely does.
stuff going on up there.
Because I was like, I don't like it when people just throw around the term like, oh, they're so strict, they're a Nazi. I'm like, no, he thinks that's a proud thing to be. But anyways, just like all that coming into play, and people are like, no, Taylor.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I
okay.
I don't get it.
Um,
I just don't get
I
it.
just think it's fine not to like her music.
I
That's
think
fine
it's
too.
totally fine.
But I think,
That's you don't hate someone just because you don't like their music.
yeah, she has like what she has like done for women in the music industry and what she does for local economies when she goes on tour.
Jesus, yeah. How much other people get rich off of her? She's
Yeah.
not even saying shit. Just letting it happen.
And I personally think she's just an amazing lyricist. And people are like, "Oh, she's not an amazing singer." And I'm like, "That's okay. She can sing.
She
Is
can.
she like
She
the
fucking
most
Mariah
amazing singer?
Carey or Whitney Houston? No.
No."
But
But
that's
yeah,
okay.
she's a badass business bitch.
Clearly, she's a self-made billionaire.
Yeah, I can't wait for Reputation Taylor's version to
Oh
drop.
my god, that was like my favorite album.
Really?
Fuck yeah, that's like top 3 for me.
Yeah, that's a
Red,
good one.
1989, and Reputation, I
When
think.
did you get into Taylor Swift?
Um, I'm not gonna lie. I think I started with Our Song, and I was like, "Ah, I kinda like this."
Okay,
Yeah. It's
interesting.
funny because my friend Heather, Citizen Heather, I feel like that was a song she told me something about that she liked, and I liked it,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yeah, that's a good song." I think it was that, but I don't
So you have been a fan from the beginning.
well, I don't know if I was a fan until 1989.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like, I liked her music.
But Red came out before 1989.
Well, then was it Red? I don't remember. I just remember I liked her music, but it wasn't like, "Oh my god, I need to buy these albums. I wanna go
Yeah,
to a
sure.
concert and see her." I don't remember saying, like, "I wanna see her in concert" until 1989.
Yeah.
And then I still didn't see her in concert in 19 I saw her in concert at Reputation.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I don't think I would say I'm, like, a true Swiftie. I like
I would say you are.
Okay, good. Well, because like, I feel like if I
You
was a
own
true
every
Swiftie
album.
yeah,
That's being a Swiftie.
okay.
I mean, I love Taylor Swift, but I'm not like,
I'm not gonna spend thousands of dollars to go to a concert.
yeah, and I also am not like obsessed with like watching every video of hers on the internet and
Oh,
like
yeah, I
I'm
don't do
not
that.
into all the like um
Trying to predict what the little, Easter eggs are,
yeah,
I
that
don't do that.
doesn't bring joy to me. I think it's interesting when other people have theories and I happen to come across
Yeah.
them, but
Yeah, I'm not, like, seeking them out and trying to discover them.
yeah.
But I do just listen to her music nonstop
Yeah.
because there's so many different emotions in it, and it is a people are like, "She sings about the same thing every time," and I'm like, "It's impressive how she can sing about the same thing in a different way to a different tune like it's a story. Each album is very different.
Yeah.
I don't know. I see it as different. If you see it as the same thing, that's great for
But
you.
also, all artists
Sing about the
sing
same
about the
thing.
same stuff.
Well, Billy Joel, man, he was the best storyteller when it comes to music, in my opinion. He's my number one.
Yeah.
Billy Joel, then Taylor Swift. Um, but and his I mean, you have fucking Captain Jack all the way through to, you know, a fucking lullaby. There's like a very he has a pretty good range
Yeah.
of storytelling within his music. Also not like a amazing vocalist,
Right.
but a great musician.
Yeah.
God, there's a lot of similarities between them. And Billy Joel is a Swiftie. He likes Taylor Swift, which means that obviously the world should.
Right.
Blows my mind.
A friend of mine from high school, Lauren Fialco, introduced me. Well, I guess she introduced my friend Shanna, who introduced me to Taylor Swift for the first time. I guess this was maybe our like freshman. No, we were in high school.
Mm.
Um, because Teardrops on My Guitar was
Yeah.
the first song that I listened to. And then this was like, yeah, so this must have been 2007. I was still in high school. And then that spring, like the spring of 2007, she actually performed at the college that I ended up going to.
Oh,
And
that's cool as
then
shit.
she got super famous.
Damn, yeah, that's so
And I
cool.
was like, oh man, I was 1 year removed
Mm-hmm.
from her like playing at our spring weekend festival.
Damn.
But I did go see, I guess it was probably that same year. Um, the friend Lauren was like, oh, Taylor Swift is playing at this like yacht party thing. Like she's
Fancy.
playing on some like floating stage and everyone like pulls their yachts up.
Oh, I
And we
remember you telling
didn't
me this.
have a yacht. And so you can just like wade in the water with a pool noodle or something.
Yep.
So we did that and I yelled, I love you. And she said, I love you back. So
Eye contact too.
yeah.
She was giving you eye
Yeah.
contact.
And
I'm
she
sure.
signed my pool noodle. Like we got close.
Damn.
But it didn't actually work because it was wet.
It's a pool noodle.
Yeah.
And I'm in the water. Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I always resonated with her music too. Like for some reason,
We grew up with her.
yeah,
We
and
were like having the same emotions at the same time.
yes, that's exactly how it felt. It's like obviously when 22 comes out, yeah, I was 22.
Yeah.
So it was like
I don't know about you, but
but
I am also 22.
But like even like the breakup songs, I don't even have to be going through a breakup because I really wasn't that emotional. But it was like, oh my God, I feel this.
Yeah.
Like I never
Yeah.
actually felt it, but I felt it.
Right.
Oh God, yeah, no, I loved like yeah, the whole Reputation album. It's like no, I wasn't really like I didn't have people who were, um, making spreading rumors about me or anything like
Right.
that. But I was like, fuck everybody.
Right. And then to people who are like, well, she only sings about the same stuff. I'm like, she has an entire album about like this fucked up period in her life where everyone thought she was just like this lying cheat or whatever. And like that is the impetus of the album.
Ooh, look what you made me do. Yeah.
It's so good.
God, it's
But again,
so good.
I just want to go back to like there is music that I don't really like, but I would never waste my energy on being like, ugh, I hate that person.
Yeah, no.
And I think that just makes me sad. And
There's
if
a
you
lot of hate
watch
out
Miss
there
Americana, which is an excellent documentary,
on Netflix,
about
right?
Taylor Swift, yeah,
Or
I
is it
think
on
so.
Disney? Yeah, it's on
I
Netflix,
think it's
but
on
there is something on
Netflix.
Disney too. Maybe it's the same thing.
And we just like celebrities see what you post about them online. And it's just so weird to like hate someone that much that you don't know that doesn't make decisions that impact your daily life. Like I can see you hating like I don't know, a politician
Yeah,
if they're like, enacting laws and things that impact your life, but like
totally.
and you don't like know them personally. But
Mm-hmm.
like a musician or an actor,
It doesn't make sense. Like I feel like I remember hearing people say that like they started hating Taylor Swift because she won a Grammy when Beyonce should have won. I think that was one of the things that I've heard.
yeah.
Which I just don't understand why you hate Taylor Swift for that.
Right.
'Cause,
You can
like,
hate the Academy.
yeah, like, that she's not the one determining that she wins over Beyonce.
Right.
And
And they seem to be very close, and I think that's cool.
yeah, it doesn't make sense to me for like those are the things that people will like say. Oh, but Beyonce had a better album and Taylor Swift won. It's like, okay, then be mad at the people who vote for that. Not
Right.
it's not her fault. I don't know.
And
It's
then
weird.
people, like, get mad because she, like, gets excited when she wins, and then they're like, "You're not excited enough,"
You
and
really can't win when you're
yeah.
in the public life. But I think that's getting it that whole public stuff is getting more light shed on it. Like the Disney kids that are growing up and like losing their fucking minds because
Yeah.
of all the shit that they go through as kids. All of those things I feel like is oh wow, yeah, maybe it's not it's it's just the situation. Like
Yeah.
Britney
She
Spears was just a
I
just
know.
fucked.
And we were just like, "Oh, she shaved her head. She's
She's
crazy." And
crazy.
now
She
we're
needs
like,
help.
"We were part of the
Yeah,
problem."
exactly.
Chapel Roan, another artist who I
Mhm.
love, she like rose to fame very quickly. And there's an interview with her, or just like some statement she made of like, just because you listen to my music does not mean you are like owed anything of like from my life.
Yeah.
So like when people will like come up to her on the street and like harass her for like autographs or pictures or something, and people
Jesus.
think they are entitled to that because she is a public figure and like puts herself in the public eye, and she's like, that doesn't mean you're entitled to anything.
Yeah. No.
And I loved that she said that, and people gave her shit for it.
It's well, she
Like, she's
the
a human
wording's
being.
important there. They're not entitled to anything. I don't think it's a negative thing for people to want your
Yeah.
autograph. And for them to like love your music so much that they love you so much. I think about like athletes too
Yeah.
and like wanting an autograph of this athlete like you're not entitled to it though.
Right.
And you need to be respectful of a scenario where they choose not to give you an autograph.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to get to where they're going. They're dealing with this every fucking day. And sometimes they're like, "No, I don't want to have to deal with this."
Yeah.
So I'm like I remember hearing Nathan say stories about when he was trying to get autographs from athletes and like, "Oh no, these guys sucked. They never signed autographs." And it's like, "Well, did they never sign autographs because they suck or are they just irritated with it?" And
Yeah.
like it's not something that they wanted to
And
spend
maybe
their
they
time
just had to
on.
like make a stance because it was like, oh, it's easier if I'm just someone who always does this
Yeah.
or someone who doesn't. Because if you just sometimes do it, then people,
Yeah.
and like, you don't know what kind of day they've had.
You
Or
don't.
you also, everyone who's like, they didn't give me an autograph. You also assume that they're like, hey, I'm such a big fan of yours. Like, you've changed my life. Would you mind signing this? And they're saying, no,
Yeah.
bugger off.
Exactly.
But it's probably just like, hey, sign this.
Yep. It's weird. I don't know. I never think of it in a scenario where I'm like, those people suck because they didn't want to sign an autograph.
Yeah.
'Cause you really just never know what's going on with someone.
Yeah. And they might have already had 25 people ask them for an autograph today and they said yes. And then they're just like, I cannot, I need to get out of here. And then
Yeah.
one more person does and they snap.
Yeah. And shit, we've all snapped.
Yeah.
I can't the number of times I've snapped on Nathan
Yeah.
just today.
He's asking for your autograph way too much.
Right? Like, it happens, but that doesn't mean that that's who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Um yeah, I don't know. It's a shame. But at the same time, if that's how people want to spend their time is hating other people, I just hope that the people that are getting hated on see it as a compliment.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. Honestly, fuck them. If people like shit, when we had comments, it's like fucking bring it on, haters. I don't care if you want to waste your energy hating me. I literally haven't thought about that anyone at all. I won't think about you. Not gonna impact my life.
Yeah. But also, we're not having millions of people comment
Oh,
awful things about us
and I'm not
all
saying that
day.
it's easy to ignore. I'm just saying I can only hope that people don't let haters impact their lives.
Because haters gonna hate,
Haters
as
gonna
Taylor
hate.
Swift and 3LW once said.
God, I was gonna say players, they're gonna play.
Oh, what a good album.
Damn.
Um,
Yeah, that was
the
good.
writer of that song sued Taylor Swift.
For which? For what?
The that 3LW song that you were just singing? Or were you
Really?
singing Taylor Swift?
No, I was.
Yeah, the
Players
3LW.
they're gonna play.
Haters,
Haters
they're
they're
gonna
gonna
hate.
hate. Bombs they're gonna ball. Shot callers they're gonna call.
That ain't got
Nothing to do. What with me and you?
That's the way it is. That's the way it is. Okay. Music break.
We did that.
I loved that CD.
Yeah.
But yeah, all that to say, stop hating. That's the main thing. Like
Yeah.
you and I both love Taylor Swift. We have a lot of respect for her, and people suck. I also hope she is happy with Travis. They seem to be enjoying their life together.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think feel like that was one of the reasons people hated her back then.
They're always just gonna hate her.
Yeah. They were like, oh, she dates too much. And I was like, Jesus.
Yeah. So,
That's
booze. But
a
even
lot
like
of
she
whores out
doesn't
there
really.
then.
A lot of whores. Whores.
Whores.
Travis Kelsey wears a lot of bucket hats.
Yeah. Travis Kelsey, I remember when they first got together, I was like, he's got too much swag for her.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem to match me. Like,
For some reason, like his swag to me seems like goofy football player, popular kid in high school, and she's like popular girl who gets straight A's,
Yeah.
and he's like popular guy who's always getting detention.
yeah. I just dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. I was
I will say
thinking
I
of the
was
right
hating
lyrics,
on
but
Travis Kelsey's bucket hats, but friends of yours that I'm gonna say are friends of mine, Bruce and Lindsay, they wear bucket hats and they look so cool.
doesn't that piss you off? It
Yeah,
makes me angry.
everything they wear, they're just so effortlessly chic.
Fuck. I hate it. I'm jealous. That's all hate is. Yeah, they look good, and I'm like, fuck you. I could never wear a bucket
Yeah.
hat.
So in summary, stop hating, accept these friends who look good in bucket
And
hats.
everything
Yeah.
in bucket hats. Yeah, no, I like. Yeah,
If I put on a bucket hat, people would be like, "Are you trying to go fishing or something?"
yeah.
What?
Nathan got this really cool bucket hat, and then he looks so good in it. I mean, he looks good in a lot of things. And I
Thanks,
got
true
the
love.
exact same bucket hat, just a different color, because I was like, obviously, he
Yeah.
looks good in it, so I'm gonna look good in it. And it's awful.
I cannot picture him in a bucket hat.
Oh my! He just looks good in everything. He's got
Where's
that.
it from?
He's got that swag.
Did you get it on your trip?
Amazon.
Oh.
He took it with him. He's so upset because the strap broke.
Wait, it has a strap?
Yeah, because it goes underneath your chin.
Oh, wait. Okay, so is this like a bucket hat or
A
is it
bucket
like
hat.
um like an outdoorsy hat? Bucket hats in my mind do not have a string. But those ones that do have a string, then like you can tighten it up
Yeah.
and they're bigger, that's not a bucket hat.
What is that then?
That's like, well, I refer to them as hats my dad wears when he mows.
No, I see what you're talking about. He's got an outdoorsy bucket hat.
Okay, that
Yeah. Not
Yeah.
yeah, this is the bucket hat. You're right. He's got an outdoorsy version that straps underneath his chin. Regardless, he looks good in a hat.
Yeah. Good job, Nathan.
He does. He looks good in it. But you're right. His is an outdoorsy version, which makes sense for the beach.
Yeah, and I want one of those, but I also
Shit.
don't think I
That was
can
one
do
thing I
that.
found out on this trip is that my brother's fiance, she said she was like joking saying that like I went through a fedora phase and then we walked into one of the shops and she like put the fedora on and she was joking around and I was like, "But shit, you actually look cute in a fedora."
Really? Because I've never seen someone in a fedora and thought, good choice.
I mean, I was like, "That's kind of cute looking." I honestly thought it looked decent.
Wow.
Am I weird for that?
I don't know.
think
Now I
just
need to see her in a fedora and Nathan in his
in his-
outdoorsy bucket hat
Yeah.
and see if you're just hat blind or if both of these
I'm
people
hat
look good in
blind.
these hats.
I'm probably hat blind because I can't really wear hats. Everybody in a hat looks good to me.
Yeah, I wish I looked cute in baseball hats.
Yeah. Yeah. I wear them, but I don't think I look good in them.
Oh, same. I'm like, wow, what a interesting shape my head and face are in this hat.
Oh man, T Swift though. God, I love her. I love her. You think she's gonna make any more albums?
Yeah.
New music?
Yeah.
Do you think when do you think she might stop? Because I hope it never happens. I hope the day never comes that I don't have new Taylor Swift
I don't
album
see
to add,
her as someone who ever wants to stop
like
writing.
to retire.
Yeah.
I hope not. I just worry. I see her writing still. I just worry she's gonna like just do like giving her songs away.
Yeah.
Like, how, what was it? Sugarland that sang Babe. That was her song.
Oh,
Taylor,
yeah.
such a good song.
I'm really excited for the Volt tracks on Reputation.
God,
Like,
I
we're
hope
gonna get
they're
some tea.
I hope they're so good. Has she announced if that's coming out next?
I mean, no, but
I need to
it
get a
has to be
new
next.
Reputation vinyl because mine is currently cracking,
Oh,
like
no.
skipping in parts,
Well,
and
yeah,
I'm
then you'll
just,
definitely wait until Taylor's version comes out.
yeah, I have
Um,
to.
when everything people okay, so for those who don't know, Taylor has been re-recording and re-releasing all of her albums so she can own them. And when they come out, it'll be like 1989 Taylor's version. But people shorten it on the internet to 1989 TV.
Mm-hmm.
And when people first started doing that, I was like, is there going to be like a television special? And it took me a
Oh, what a
while,
teaser.
yeah, to realize it was Taylor's version.
Ooh, yeah, I hate that. I will say, I love that she's doing that. That concept of owning your own music and going about taking it back, and the fact that she adds songs is great.
Yeah.
What I don't like that she
Oh.
has done, I think she's done this, authors do this, and I hate that authors do this too, is when you release one version of an album and it's the early release and everybody orders it and gets this album and supports you early on, and then once you're like it's been released and like a week or month go by, you then come out with a second album with additional songs that you can only get on this other album,
Yes.
and now you have to buy this album. Or what Taylor's done too, which I get everybody has different, but like, I wanted all the albums, but then she does 4 albums, all the same songs, just a different look. And I'm like, God, I can't do it.
Yeah, I agree with you. That is my complaint.
Yeah.
Or it'll be like, oh, pre order this album. And then the next day it's like, oh, actually, here's the extended cut of this exact same album. And you're like, but I just spent $14.99
Yeah.
on the original album. I don't want to spend another $14.99 to get the second album that has the first 15 same songs and then just 3 additional
See, and you
ones.
say $14.99. The vinyls are $44.99.
Yeah, they're pricey.
And it's like, I want the vinyls, and fuck, I'm not going to buy 4 of them, even though it makes a cool looking clock.
Yeah.
Thought about it
Yeah.
a couple times. It's like, where would I put the clock? It goes really well right here on this wall.
Right, there we go. Similar but clock.
It's but clock.
Um,
Yeah. Oh man, that's my one gripe. And I've heard that authors do that. They'll release like like a second story that's like briefly
so
on the book, and you have
annoying.
to like order the other book. Yeah, I think that's kind of fucked up too.
I used to have access to Apple Music and I don't anymore. Ben, if you're listening, shade to you.
Your
That's
brother
my
cut you
brother.
off?
Well,
Cut you
eventually my
off.
dad wanted to get in. He wanted access to something
Mm-hmm.
and he asked my brother like, "Oh, can you add me to the like Apple family plan?" And so my brother reached out to me and my sister and was like, "I got to cut one of you out because dad wants to get on this." And he didn't like my dad didn't know that he was cutting out one of his children.
Damn, Dad.
So I sacrificed myself
Wow.
because I'm an elite sibling. Molly, you're welcome.
Mm.
But
Seriously.
I had Apple Music, so I didn't need to buy all the albums. I just downloaded them because I had Apple Music. I could download
Oh.
them for free. And so now I
Shit.
actually need to buy like all of them.
Yeah. It's nice to have them on vinyl. I don't
Yeah.
know what it
We have
is.
some on vinyl. I think I just like we do listen to music in the house, but not like all the time. And it's usually if I'm on like I took the train to DC when I went, and I'm like, or if I'm flying, I'm like, ooh, this would be a nice time to be like, ooh, I'm just gonna listen to folklore.
Yeah.
Or just like pick a Taylor Swift album and listen to it. And I will do that on like long drives and stuff, but not just like chilling in my house.
I have everything, every single Taylor Swift song from every single album, and not single releases, everything in one playlist on Spotify. And I just go in and I hit play, shuffle,
Wow.
and I will enjoy every song that pops up.
Okay, I don't. There are some that I don't like.
I don't know what it is. The only thing that I've
You know what I
disliked.
don't like? Bad Blood.
What? I
Yeah.
can jam to some Bad Blood.
I mean, I will sing along to it, but
Yeah.
it's a song I don't really care about.
See, I don't know what it is. I'm gonna enjoy every single one I hear.
Okay. That's one I would skip when it came up.
I say that I've definitely skipped Teardrops on my guitar.
Yeah. I would say
Hmm.
if I had to right now pick no, I can't. I was
What?
like the best Taylor Swift song and I was like, no.
Fuck.
Dress is so good. All Too Well is so good. My Tears Ricochet.
Fuck yeah.
Those are all like intense. So good. Like I only bought this dress so you could take it off. What?
Yeah. So good. Oh my god.
What a
Yeah.
sexy
She's
song.
got amazing one-liners too in some other songs.
Yeah.
God.
That's what I enjoy. Like listening when the album first comes out and like reading along with the lyrics as I'm listening. Like that is what I used to do when I got CDs in high school.
Yeah.
I would just like put them on and read through the lyric booklet and like she is the only person that I still do that to. She's the only artist who's like not only artist, but one of like I'm gonna say two. Like when they have a new album come out, I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, I care about the whole album.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, it's so good. I don't know if I could pick. I do think like overall, depending on the mood, I can pick an album or a song that's my favorite.
You know what we should do for
Depends on the mood.
March? We should try to put together. I don't know actually how we would do this, but I was trying to think of some like Taylor Swift bracket
Oh my god, one of Nathan's friends
we could
does
do.
brackets for like everything, and I feel like he's done something like this before. Or he went through a phase where he was putting them on Instagram, maybe. I
Yeah.
don't know. But yeah, we could totally do a bracket of Taylor Swift songs
Right. I don't know if enough people follow us on Instagram to like
to have
do
them
that.
vote.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be fun though.
It would just be like me voting for what I want and you not because you're not on the gram. And then
Yeah.
I'm just be like, here's the bracket of my choices.
I can't believe I haven't gotten on in a while now.
You've, whatever the opposite of breaking the seal is, you've resealed it.
Yeah. Sealed up
Yeah.
tight. I'm proud of
It's like
myself for that.
breaking a habit.
Yeah. Well, my new goal is to the time I would spend on my phone on Instagram, I'm going to try to spend doing Duolingo.
Oh, what language?
See, that's the problem. Is I've gone back and forth between Spanish because it's the closest thing that I used to take in
Sure.
class to wanting to do Italian because
Sure.
we want to travel, right? Um, and then also wanting to do French. And then it was like, well, maybe I should do German. Maybe I should start with Spanish and then go to French. But then where does Italian come in? I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
But one of these days, I want to be able to speak a second language.
For our Renaissance, Taylor speaks Spanish, so I was like, she's got that covered. And then since we were also going to Morocco, I was like, ooh, maybe I'll pick up some stuff. And I did it for I think 3 days. I was like, this is too hard
Yeah. It is. I don't think it's
because
actually the best tool to use.
yeah. Well, also for me to be like, gosh, now I have to take on like an alphabet and like a language, like speaking and reading, and that was too much.
Yeah. Yeah. One of these days I will, though.
Well,
My tears, Rick. Damn, I'm going to go listen to Taylor Swift.
I know. I feel like after this, I'm going to think of so many like Taylor Swift isms
Things?
or things that are worth discussing. But basically, my main thing is you don't have to like Taylor Swift. Like when people find out I'm a big fan and they go, "Oh, sorry, I don't like her." I'm like, "I don't care."
Yeah,
But just
what
don't
does
be
that
a
have to do with
dick.
me? Yeah. I
Like
don't give a
don't yuck
fuck.
my yum.
Yeah. If you're going to yuck my yum, just know that I don't give a fuck.
I do. I don't give a fuck if people don't like Taylor Swift, but I do give a fuck if people are trying to waste their energy on like shitting on something I like because then I will want to shit on you for trying to shit on something I like.
Well, they sound like they're just shitty
Yeah,
people.
there's just shit everywhere.
Oops.
My coworker told me her son wiped his shit all over the bathroom wall this
Fuck.
weekend. Speaking of shit.
God.
Uh
This is a reminder of why maybe you don't want a kid.
right. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. As a reminder, it would be really beneficial to us if you haven't left a review on like Spotify or
Yeah.
Apple. If you did that, even if you just say,
Not for me.
I liked it,
Oh.
or you know what, you can say, I'm similar or I'm different or just like anything to give it a rating. It doesn't have to be super thought out, but it just really helps us in the algorithm.
Wait, so which if they say I'm similar and or different, which one of us is that?
I don't know who's more similar and who's more different
I
to
feel like
the world.
I'm more different. No, we're both. See, that's what's
I
great
don't
about the
know. We have
world is
like
being
hot takes
different.
on stuff.
I
'Cause it's
like
like
it.
I don't like saying that I'm similar if I just am with the masses.
Yeah, that sounds awful. I think everyone wants to be different, unique,
Yeah.
special, which we both are.
Yeah.
So if anybody says they're similar, we're gonna think that they're just the crazies, and you got to be different to be both Rachel and Jen.
Because I wanted to make it really easy if like this is just the thing that you say. Um, you know? And I wanted to be tied to similar but different. Oh, you can just say, I'm a citizen. 5 stars.
Citizen, but 5 stars. But make sure the 5 stars.
Do whatever star rating you feel is appropriate in your heart. But that's 5 stars.
Oh,
People listening, I put
what is
five.
this? I think she
Just
just
so, like,
needs to do this. A normal, like a normal hand 5, not a. So
like
aggressive.
casual 5 stars. Okay, well, like
It's
and
whatever you want.
subscribe.
Any
Any rating,
any
any
number.
rating you want. I'm a
Happy March
citizen.
Madness.
Ta ta.
You always find a way. Basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court.
Okay.
I keep it so fresh on the microphone. I like no interruptions when I'm in the zone.
Yeah, the only basketball song I know is That's How I Beat Shaq by Aaron Carter.
Wow, this is Lil Bow Wow.
Okay.